review the 2016 Toyota Fortuner Variant V 4x4. So let's check it out. As you can see, there's a lot of chrome. The newer cars nowadays have big grills. So the Toyota emblem right here. So these are DRLs, daytime running lights, which is LED. LED projector headlights and LED fog lights. And these are the stock rims for the Toyota Fortuner Variant V. So this is the top spec Toyota Fortuner. The tires are 265/60 R18 tires. They run on Yokohama tires. These are the signal lights for the side repeater, so it's integrated in the side mirror. Then you have also sun visors for the windows. I think this is an option in Toyota dealership, so you could buy it there. So this car is keyless entry with push start button. So this is the key, as you can see. It's fairly thick key. So lock, unlock, then the power tailgate, and here's the alarm. So you just press to unlock, then also press again to lock. So here's the step board. The step board's not too big. If you have small feet, it's okay. Pero kung malaki yung paa mo, medyo mahirapan ka. I think it needs a bigger step, especially for this variant. Bigger step board's better. So chrome handles. It has a roof rail, so if you have luggages, punta kayo far south or far north, you could put extra luggage dito sa taas. This is basically the rear pillar. As you can see, tuloy-tuloy naman yung window. It looks like a full piece, pero it's up to here lang. This is the pillar. So here's your gas tank on the left side. When you come at the back, so this is the rear LED lights for the Toyota Fortuner. I like the design kasi it kind of looks like the new Lexus cars nowadays, the NX, the RX. So they're kind of making it feel more and design more upmarket than what it is. So there you go, the Fortuner name, chrome strip, chrome emblem, your rear wipers, spoiler, your third brake light, and your shark's fin antenna on top. So this variant has, I think it has just two rear sensors. Most cars nowadays for top variant, they should have at least 4, and they should have at least a backup camera. This one, for a top variant, I think it lacks certain specs for a car that has to be in top variant cars. So now let's check the interior of this Toyota Fortuner 2016. This is the 4x4 variant. So as you can see right here, there are soft touch materials here. So it's leather. Here it's also leather, but here it's hard plastics here on top of the dashboard. So you got your digital clock here, your emergency lights here. Then you got your 6.5 inch display. So it has navigation, your typical radio, Bluetooth, stuff like that. But I think it's very small. It's a small unit for a top variant. I think this should be at least 8-inch or more. So I think Toyota should do a better job in terms of size of their radio. Then you got a single climate control unit. So it's a single climate control unit. Then this is your fan speed. So you can increase fan speed by a knob. And here's your controls. So you can switch off your aircon, your front and rear defogger. Then your AC button here. Then this is your passenger airbag to see if you use your seatbelt. So always use your seatbelt, of course. At the bottom here is where your 12-volt socket is for your gadgets. So you charge your cell phones, your laptops. Then you open this one. This is the auxiliary and another USB port. And your button for your traction control right here. Then your 2 cup holders right in the front. So this Toyota Fortuner, this 2016 one, is a 6-speed automatic with plus-minus function. Then you have your eco mode para kung gusto mo magtipid sa diesel, you press this for eco. Then if you want a little bit more power and early torque, then you press power mode. So now, here in the steering wheel, you can see the buttons for your stereo, so your mode, to answer your calls and to decline your calls right here. Then you got your cruise control right here on the bottom, so you set it. So you press this to engage cruise control. that icon pops out, then disengage right there. Then this is your menu button. So here, there you go, your after reset. There's your fuel consumption comparison, then your eco indicator, then your range. So one full tank can go to Baguio back and forth with no problems. And it's fairly matipid. It's around 11.6 liters per 100 kilometers, so that's not bad. So this car is, like I said, it's 70,374 kilometers after 4 years of ownership, with no significant problems, just wear and tear parts and change oil, that's it. So the dials here on the RPM and the speedometer is like a white with a light blue needle, and you have your center screen right there in the middle. And on the side, all 4 windows are fully automatic. There you go, fully automatic for 4 windows. Then you got your lock and unlock button, then your side mirror controls right there to fold your side mirrors right here. Then here, these are your front and rear parking sensors. Then you got your auto lift gate at the back. So you press this, so instead of the security guards opening your tailgate, you can just press this and it will go up for you. Then right there is your power door off button right there. So you got tweeters here, then speakers on the doors, right on the doors, right on the side right there. So this car doesn't have electric handbrake. It's a traditional handbrake. So I don't know, for a top variant, I think it should have electric handbrake at this day and age. It's a 2016 variant, so it's still a modern car. Then you got your mirrors here for the visor for the passenger. So when you open it, the light illuminates there. It's halogen. Then also for your driver. There you go. Then you got your shades holder right there. So that's your shades holder. Then these are halogen lights for the interior. So guys, this is the second row of the Toyota Fortuner. So here you go. There are aircon vents here on the ceiling of the car. Then the nice thing about it, you have your fan speed, your auto and off for the second row. So you can also control the fan speed of your aircon. Then you have your 12-volt socket here. So you could also charge your laptops and your cell phones right there. Then this is interesting. I don't normally see this in SUVs, mid-size SUVs nowadays. But it's a hook. Basically, I think it's for bags or plastic bags. If you have extra groceries, you could hook it here. So it's nice. You could fold it. Then you have your pockets here on the passenger and driver side to put your envelopes and stuff like that. As you can see, I have an envelope now. It's on the floor. You just put it right here. So you have your power windows right there. So it's finished in the same material. So it's brown leather. It's nice. It's nice. It looks upmarket. I mean, the seats are nice and comfortable. Then you have this center armrest with your cup holders, 2 cup holders here. So basically that's it for the second row. Let's check the trunk and see how big it is. So guys, this is the trunk of the Toyota Fortuner. As you can see, it's power lift gate. So it automatically goes up. Medyo slow lang ng konti, pero it's fine. So this Toyota Fortuner, as you know, in the Philippines, mabenta talaga to kasi it's a 7-seater. But the thing is, the different thing with other SUVs and this one, when you fold the third row, the seats are on the side instead of it being flat on the floor. So it's unique. I think, I don't know the reason why they did that, but I prefer the folding flat seats para it's medyo more seamless. Tsaka hindi masyado kita yung third row seats. Kasi this one, you could really see it. I think it's a little bit old school. In the early 2000s, I remember the Expedition had these kind of seats. But okay naman, you have your aircon vents here. Then you have your third interior light here. And here is where you keep your tools. So it's hidden. So there's a cover here that you can just click. Then you have your 12-volt socket here. So you could also charge your gadgets here. Kung nasa picnic kayo, you could just sit on the back of this the third row, and you could charge all your gadgets here. Then you have your third row seat belts here. And also handles right here on the side. Here underneath is where you have your spare tire. It's full-size spare tire. So there you go. That's where it's headed. So guys, let's check the third row of this Toyota Fortuner. So for you to enter, just click here on the side. flips right off. So it's easy entry. You have big space, so you just step on the stepboard. And as you can see, if you come close, so I'll fold this and see if I fit. So guys, it's not that big, honestly. I'm 5'7" in height and I'm already hitting the second row. So I suggest this is only for 5'7" and below. And for smaller children, it's really not that big. But I understand why people buy it, because if you need the 6th and 7th passenger in the car, at least this car can carry at least 7 passengers. So I understand the practicality of the Fortuner, and also the other cars like the Mitsubishi Montero, Isuzu MUX, and of course the Ford Everest, and not including the Nissan Terra, of course, and the Kia Sorento, Hyundai Santa Fe, and you could also see the SsangYong Rexton. Let's check the engine of this 2016 Toyota Fortuner, top of the line variant, so variant V. So it's a 2.8 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine with 174 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque. So it has a lot of torque. I just think in the horsepower numbers is a little bit short compared to its Korean brothers, because normally the Korean engines nowadays are 2.2 liter 4-cylinder with around 200 horsepower. So it lacks at least 20 to 30 horsepower less. But here, as you can see, this is the coolant tank right here. Then you got your power steering fluid, then your dipstick right there, your brake fluid, and your washer fluid. The only problem I have with this top variant, as you can see, it's still being held by the stick for the hood. I think they should have hood shocks already. For a top variant, definitely hood shocks. So this is the engine of the Toyota Fortuner 2016. Let's test drive this 2016 Toyota Fortuner variant V and see how it rides. Of course, guys, don't forget to always use your seatbelt. Doesn't matter if you're driving in the village or not. Always use your seatbelt, guys. So let's go. So first thing, this guys is a diesel 7-seater SUV, mid-size SUV, local unit from the Philippines. So first things first, you feel really high off the ground. I guess because it's also based on the Toyota Hilux. So it's the same type of seating position as the Hilux. So, alam mo, if you live in an area na medyo baha, medyo flooded areas, this is a perfect car for it. Waiting depth is pretty high as well. So, the diesel engine, you could hear it, pero hindi naman siya masyado maingay. It's not that noisy. I remember when I test drove the Hyundai Santa Fe, I think the Santa Fe's diesel is a tad bit more quiet than this one. But not bad at all. So now we're driving around, around the streets of my village. So okay naman, the ride is a little bit bouncy, if I could say. It's not as smooth as I guess the car-based SUVs, the crossovers like the Santa Fe, the Sorento, stuff like that. But okay naman siya. The range for a full tank of diesel fuel for this car is 550 kilometers for a full tank of diesel. So you could go very far on diesel fuel. Matipid naman siya. If I look at the menu, I'm doing 11.6 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay siya. I mean, you save a lot of diesel fuel talaga, especially on longer trips. Pag city driving, I think it's around 7 to 8 kilometers per liter. Pero on highway, sobrang tipid talaga. Kasi nga, diesel, it's inherently has peak torque at around 2 to 2,500 RPM. So, talagang you get peak torque on early RPM. So, for a 2.8 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine, I would expect more power from this engine, to be honest. Because, like I said, the Korean diesels are normally 2.2 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesels, but they have almost 200 horsepower. So I think it should be at least there on that level, or even more. So 450. Torque numbers are okay. I think it's just the horsepower numbers are a little bit low. You're falling short about 20 to 30 horsepower compared to Korean diesel cars. So guys, this is the review of the 2016 Toyota Fortuner Variant V 4x4. I hope you liked the review, and for more used and new car reviews, please like and subscribe. Thank you.